What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I'm back in the builder bringing you guys a super rare point guard hatch. I wanted to cook up something smaller, unlike other point guard builds that I've made in the past. I wanted to have an emphasis on putting the pill in the cup. This thing has shades of Isaiah Thomas, the other Isaiah Thomas, Terrell Brandon, Kevin Johnson, Damon Stoudemire, and Juan Dixon. If all these players walked into a bar and you extrapolated their DNA, this build would come out also known as the shoot first point. So we're gonna make this at point guard. You're gonna be 5'10", max weight 190 pounds, and max wing 6'6". Follow along to a T to get this shoot first point name, and then tinker at your own discretion in your builder. At the end of the day, it's your build at this stage of 2K24. Do whatever you damn well please. I don't know what the current meta is, but a build like this could be something fun for you and the fellas to run on, and being an undersized point dominating game of wing metas could be pretty fun. Alright, so first off, we're going to go down to drive and dunk, and we're going to max this out to an 86. Then we're going to get our driving layup up to a 74, and then we're going to get our close shot up to a 60. A lot of these attributes string together, as you well know, so some of these are going to go up and down accordingly with other atch. But you're going to be able to yam on this 5'10 build, and it absolutely catches bodies, trust. Post control, we're actually going to get this to a 60. We do want that post spin technician, and you are going to get post fade phenom on this build, so we'll go over to shooting, and we're going to get our middy and our 3-ball both to an 88. That is going to be a name thresh to get this shoot first point name, and then we're going to max out our free throw to a 99. This thing will be shooting all of our technical free throws. You shouldn't ever miss a free throw on this build, and you do hit in clutch situations with those free points on Hollow. But this thing can shoot from all areas on the floor, and it can dunk when people have to respect the jumper out to half. And then going on to playmaking, this is sort of the kicker on this build. We're actually going to first go to ball handle and get this all the way to a 93. We do want to have a lot of those gold ball handling badges to get that quick speed booster and blow bys and such. So we're going to go down to our speed with ball and get this to an 83. That's going to be a thresh for a lot of these badges to get gold. And then the kicker is we're going to keep our pass accuracy only at a 63. Not because of the shoot first point template and to get this name, but I just personally wanted a lot of other categories to fill the chamber, and the one deficiency on this build is the pass accuracy, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean it can't make a pass. It just means you have to be a little bit more focused on your gameplay style. It is the deficiency on this build, so you have to play accordingly, and you can't be making all these crazy passes down the court. Obviously, it's not a 25. You're going to be able to complete the passes, but you're not going to be super accurate, and it's not going to be super fast. So you do have to play within yourself and under control. And at 5'10", you are probably going to be the point guard for your squad, but it's not necessarily the primary trait that makes this build special. And I like the fact that it has somewhat of a deficiency, and it does correspond with the shoot first point name. So it'll be interesting to play on this build knowing that you don't have crazy diming pass ability and you are more of a scoring threat, but you have to play under control. Defensively, this thing's actually somewhat of a menace. We're going to go down to our perimeter defense and get this all the way to an 88. We're going to keep our interior D at a 28. We're going to keep our steelies at a 48. We're not going to be spamming X. We're not going to be spamming steal off ball, on ball. But we are going to get our block to a 55. And then we're going to get our defense rebound up to a 61. And a lot of these are just extra ash to tinker, but you do get that rebound chaser on bronze. And then we're going to max out our offense rebound because we are going to have gold aerial wizard on this build at 5'10". Imagine catching tip dunks. It's going to be crazy. Going down to physicals, we're going to get our speed to an 86, our acceleration to an 84. That's going to lock a lot of those gold tier badges for speed. We're going to get our strength to a 63 because we do want that silver physical handles. The kicker on this build, again, we're going to get our vertical to an 85. That's going to give us those small contact dunks. and then we're going to get the rest on stamina to a 96 to get those gold handle for days. All right, so let's break this build down. 86 driving dunk, 88 jumper all over the wood, 99 free throw. Your ball handle's crazy with a 93. You can play perimeter defense and lock up opposing guards, be an ankle biter with gold 94 feet all game long. You can rebound. You can actually block some shots, and then you have nice speed and acceleration with a crazy spud web vertical, and you're not a slouch. You do have 63 strength. This build is interesting because it has a prowess to score the basketball, but it's like a vintage classic traditional point without a super high pass accuracy. So you have to play within yourself, you have to play under control, but this build feels like someone from like the late 80s, 90s, maybe even early 2000s, that you can play the game the right way. You're undersized, so you already have that chip on your shoulder, but you're a coyote on defense. You're going to be prowling the backcourt, trying to get these steals and hassle and just annoy the ball handlers bringing up the pill. You can shoot from anywhere. You have crazy handles, but then since your pass accuracy is so low, you know, you could be more of that floor general or that actual just like relay it up the court. You know, you don't have to be the guy trying to make all the plays with your passing ability. Other players on your team will have higher pass accuracy, and they'll be able to get the assists and the numbers in that category. Your job on this build is to be a floor general first and foremost, a defensive-minded 3-level slasher. This thing shoots first and asks questions later. And I have invested in this build, and I'm going to be running on this in the foreseeable future. So you know I already invested some couch cushion money. And then you're going to get one of the rarest names in all of the game, actually, especially at 5'10", the shoot first point. I know I don't make a ton of point guard builds on this channel, but I thought I'd get in the builder and cook up something spooky. What do you guys think of this build? I'm naming him Santiago the Coyote. That's the persona I'm rolling with on this build. What do you guys think of it? What would you change? There's a couple other rare names in this tree. What would you tinker? Let me know in the comments. Are y'all still playing 2K24? How you guys feeling this deep into the circuit? You know what time it is. Quest Sparrow.